The ingredients of fear stewing in the collective unconscious of the Big Apple all come together in the perfect storm of race, revenge, and violence on the L train. Bernhard Goetz, a self-employed computer repairman from the East Village, enters the subway at the 14th Street Union Square station. He is soon approached by 4 black teenagers. Goetz drew his .38 caliber revolver and fired 6 shots at the teenagers. All 4 of the men were shot. Goetz then, according to certain witnesses, approached one of them, aimed his revolver and said, "You don't look too bad, here's another."
Bernhard Hugo Goetz, who in the shorthand of the street and the press has come to be known as the subway vigilante, was released on bail last night, a welcome home Bernie sign greeting him when he got to his apartment.
Do you have anything to say to the people who are out there supporting you?
Thank you.
Today, more signs of support as Goetz went to court for a preliminary hearing. The shooting took place on just one subway in just one city, but Bernhard Goetz and what he did has touched something in Americans all over the country. They're talking about him in Denver.
Obviously, everybody's on Bernie Goetz's side, and so am I. I think what you're seeing here is people are saying they're mad as hell and they're not going to take it anymore.
Yes, and we terrorized the subway system on a great level. But we always got on at the last car of the train, but we robbed everybody from the last car all the way to the front on the same fucking train.
You couldn't ride again. My first case was in 1989. My charge was 18 counts of robberies. I didn't do none of them. The trains then, like, you couldn't ride on the train.
So bad. Leave it open.
You couldn't ride it then, like. I'm gonna keep it real.
Option number 1, stand idly by and allow the hoodlums to kill you. Option number 2 is to pray that the police can do it, even though we know they cannot. And option number 3, the Bernhard Goetz solution, who unfortunately is being called a vigilante. And if you're gonna call him a vigilante, let's call him the good vigilante.
It was a robbery on a Jewish motherfucker that I didn't do, right? It was in between Saratoga train station and Rockaway train station. He was riding and going to his stop, and niggas robbed him for his Louis Vuitton book bag and a Swatch watch. Swear to God, I was so fucking mad because I ain't do it, but I got caught, you know, affiliation.
All of the men survived, but one was permanently paralyzed and brain damaged. Goetz became a hero to many New Yorkers who felt New York streets had been surrendered to the thugs and criminals under Mayor Ed Koch.
We think 5 criminally minded people met on the subways that day. When he put the gun in his pocket, he became the people he was fighting. He broke the law.
He ended up serving less than a year on Rikers Island. 2 of the men Goetz shot were later convicted of raping and robbing a pregnant teenager. Their brain-damaged partner won a $43 million lawsuit against Goetz in the mid-90s. Goetz claims he hasn't paid him a penny.
I think there's a psychological delight that people that have been pushed around for a long time are pushing back. I hope they find healthier and more productive ways to push back than by shooting people.
Homicide peaked in New York in 1991. Black and Hispanic males were the primary victims and killers.
At one time, son, remember we used to come out the house and we didn't even know if we was gonna make it back, you know what I'm saying, home. Like, serious. Like, that's how Brownsville was, man. Like,
coming out your house, you ain't know what was gonna happen. Like,
this summer, random gunfire killed at least 6 children here. Saturday night, this 11-year-old was hit as she slept in a Brooklyn apartment.
Our babysitter told us, like, because we can't go out in front of the street and, like, by the sidewalk, on the sidewalk to play. You have to go in our yard because she said bullet tap no name.
I just came out the store. That's when, matter of fact, that's when niggas was drinking Cisco's and all that funny shit. I just see a nigga walking out in the motherfucking street. They just came out of nowhere with a shotgun, just point blank range, just blew a nigga chest wide open.
This kind of violence is going on every day in our communities. Grandmothers are being attacked, mothers are being attacked, kids are being attacked. And it's like, what do we have to do to have some attention focus on this and this dealt with?
Soundview is just known for getting money, hustling, getting your head blowed off, pretty much.
We're announcing today a $28 million 18-month program to upgrade security systems at the 40 public high and middle schools with the highest number of violent incidents.
It was the city's answer to a series of shootings in the public schools. In the latest and the worst, 2 freshmen at Brooklyn's Thomas Jefferson High School were shot to death Wednesday by a 15-year-old classmate. The mayor was on his way to give a speech at the school when it happened. Ian Moore and Tyrone Sinkler were gunned down 15 feet from 2 policemen patrolling the building. Metal detectors, which have become a fact of life in many New York schools, were not operating in the building that day. There was only enough money to run them 1 day a week.
A school is for education. You understand what I'm saying? A school is for education. Jeff, just like a war zone, Vietnam.
A war zone like many parts of New York City where the combatants are well armed.
Nowhere in America were you more likely to be robbed. Fort Greene, Bed-Stuy, and Brownsville had robbery rates as much as 20 times higher than the national average.
Everything in Brooklyn is about taking and robbing. You know, I wasn't one of them kids who your mother's disciplined you or scrutinized you for which. When I came home, the more I would steal and the more I come home with, my mother would actually be proud of me. And all my other friends that steal and we stealing 50 coats in a day and shit like that, half of these motherfuckers couldn't take it home to their house. They could bring it to my house, though my mother ain't gonna say shit. I started getting my serious cases by like 85 and stuff, you know, a lot of robberies I was into. You know, a lot of the crime and shit I got into, my mother wanted me to go away. She sent me back to Miami to my grandparents and stuff. And once I got there, my grandparents really couldn't deal with me, and they sent me back within a month. And when they sent me back to New York, you know, it's the middle of the winter, and I didn't even have a coat when I came back. And the first day I came home and I didn't have a coat, all my friends was like, fuck that, let's go get some coats.